in that regard, I need to talk about Nancy Mace. I think that, well, there's some things about Nancy Mace that I don't like that much. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. She knows, she says that she's got names and she's not afraid to name names. Okay. She has several posts like this. The days of cover-up are over. We're pulling back the curtain. We will learn who knew, who participated, and who covered up Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. Nice. Okay, we want that. Everybody wants that. But if you have been following my videos, you have realized that this is way more complex than bad guys and good guys. And in fact, there are people who were just by association and we're not into any sort of crimes. It's like, the problem is that you have this around, 20% of the population who say if your name pops up in the Epstein files in any shape or form, you are a PDF file automatically, and that is asinine. But again, I see that Nancy Mace said this, so right, that is great, I guess. Good for her. And then I see another post. We are prepared to go full-blown scorched earth for the victims of Jeffrey Epstein and his friends, with no regard to our personal or professional detriment. Okay, nice. I begin looking at those self-references as, let's say, small yellow flags, but nothing out of the ordinary. I'm going to give her a pass with this one. This is about moral clarity. We will burn every bridge, fight every battle, and expose every name necessary to get justice for survivors. No compromise, no backing down, hold the line. Okay, that is well-written post, but another post again. And there's yet another bunch of posts the same, in which she says, especially this one who has 1 million views, the worst thing anyone could have done was give me access to the Epstein files. Well, anyone who wants to cover up the Epstein files. So I begin to notice a trend as insane that I am the only one worried about the Epstein files and I have access to them and now all hell's gonna break loose. I'm pretty sure that sounds familiar to you. As in, I am the only one who cares about justice with the Epstein files. Sounds like I am the only one who cares for justice for Charlie Kirk. You remember that pattern, right? Yeah, I don't have any sort of problem with you saying, okay, I want to go down the rabbit hole. I want to learn the truth about this. I want to expose the truth. And another thing is claiming that you're the only one who cares, or that it all boils down to you. You're inserting, and let's say you're inserting your persona in your search for the truth, which actually taints, and let's say, yeah, taint is a word, taints your intentions about the truth. That is only an observation here. And you see that she has said that so many times. And sadly, I have seen the pattern so many times in politicians, both in the United States and especially in Venezuela. This is something that I already say, okay, they are doing this. Okay, maybe they care about the truth, but trying to connect that for, let's say, clout points, I don't know. That's when I began to have my doubt. But maybe she hasn't had the opportunity, or she's gonna have this a special date to be able to talk about that in Congress. That would be great. Okay, we're waiting for that. But this is already like putting herself into the narrative is a yellow flag already. Okay. I can give her the benefit of the doubt, but you need to be aware of this. Also, and if these individuals I will name don't want to show up to be interviewed, they should be subpoenaed, all right? Mr. Chairman, I will have a list of names to you soon whom I want to depose. Read the Epstein case. I have over 12 bills to protect women and children, given our committee the legislative purpose it needs to investigate Epstein matters further. All right, so you see 6 posts on X already, or maybe 5. Let's say 5 posts about this. Okay. So I think we have a 6th one. This is not from her. This is a video of her. Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace says the Epstein files reference prominent Hollywood celebrities being invited to a movie showing organized by Epstein associates long after he was convicted and served time in prison. I want to watch the video. But again, we have learned throughout many times in this show that one thing can be the captions of the video that we're going to watch and what the video actually says, or what the person actually says. So I want to in this case listen to Nancy Mace to check what she is saying. I'm gonna check this so you can see the captions properly.
There was an event with several Hollywood celebrities that the Epstein group was trying to rent out a venue to do a movie showing with these Hollywood celebrities long after he was convicted and served time in prison for being a pedophile. And so when I would see this, these are names everybody knows. These are movie stars. These are media pundits. These are billionaires. It's really unbelievable, and it's shocking what has gone on here. The other thing that's shocking is that the DOJ hasn't made a single arrest of anybody else except for, save for, one accomplice. And we all know that is not humanly possible. You can't have thousands of victims and only one accomplice.
Okay, I see a problem here is that she's got an argument. Okay, we have thousands of victims. That is the number that has been juggling out there, of which 20 are really vocal. By the way, I have a very good interview that I was going to talk about in yesterday's show. And I saw the interview, and the interview is really important for everyone. I'm going to show you that a bit later. But the problem that I see here is that she opens this argument saying that there was a movie screening organized by Epstein. And, he was already convicted of being a PDF file. But going to the movies with a convicted guy is not exactly illegal. So this is the sort of things that, again, the frequency of the posts, what she posts saying that I'm going to reveal the names, and all of a sudden she wastes time and energy talking about a movie screening. That is what is the illegal part of that? I don't know what is exactly illegal about that. That people shouldn't be hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, yes. That they should understand the risks to their reputation, yes, but that is not exactly illegal. So that is the problem that I see with Nancy Mace's point. I endorse her wanting to find the truth, but I don't know. This is not like there's
somebody drove the car, flew the planes, somebody opened the door, someone was the housekeeper. All these properties, there were witnesses.
Oh, she's saying something that I said in the past. Yeah, you have all these people. You cannot just run Little St. James Island by yourself. You should have a lot of people working there. So how can you have dozens, if not hundreds of people, pilots and everything involved in this, and not have witnesses to, the children being trafficked? It's that is the thing.
And then there were other cases of some of these billionaires who are allegedly involved in the sex trafficking operation that were paying money in settlement agreements, in civil settlement agreements, monies to other countries. I read a document this morning with Leon Black's name in it, allegedly, that paid off women in settlements for allegedly being sexually assaulted. So I'm going to get to the bottom of this, but my most and my greatest concern is that nothing's going to happen after this. And my biggest priority is to make sure that we get the information out there so that people go to jail. And if the DOJ isn't going to do their job, then I will do their job for them. And if it means we shame these people out of civil society and out of existence, then that's what we're going to do. If they're not going to go to jail, then that's what we're going to do. The other thing that I realized this week is that this goes back decades. This isn't just the current administration. This isn't just the Biden administration. This isn't just Obama. This goes back to George Bush's administration, to his DOJ, to his FBI.
Okay, I see what I see here, and this is the problem that I see. Nancy Mace has a point. The same that I showed you this video of Ro Khanna having a point as well, that I say that he could be a Democrat and he has a point about the Epstein files. But the problem is this kind of, okay, let's blame the Department of Justice because that is the easiest way to score a win nowadays. Okay, so many people say that Pam Bondi hasn't done the best job, or if she has done any job at all. I think that the problem is how she has handled the public thing of the Epstein files has been atrocious, and we already know that it's not only the work, but how do you look doing that? That is as important. And it's saying that if the DOJ is not going to prosecute these people, and the problem is prosecute them for exactly what? Because again, you are making your point, and you're opening this point, and this video that we just watched from Nancy Mace is going to tell you exactly how long it is. How long is this video? It's exactly 2 minutes long. In your 2-minute long video, the only example you gave was people were invited to a movie screening. That is quite lame. I don't know in this case, unless I don't know, maybe the movie is from Uwe Boll. I don't know if you know about this director, but again, yeah, that is basically not a crime, nothing illegal. That is my point. So I see that Nancy Mace, she is running for governor, by the way, South Carolina, if I remember correctly. And I don't know if she wants to do this to position herself as this champion of truth and whatnot as part of her campaign. Of course, it can help her campaign, definitely. But what is the meat and potatoes of what you're doing? We want to know. It would be great if we have new information. Let's see what happens. But let me know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Power Pundit. Much love and bliss.